Is it finally over for Twitch? Because let's face it at this point, okay? Kick with its suction actions, that absolute bliss of a suck, is getting every big streamer currently, except Pokemon, and that's good. But everyone else is falling into line. What's gonna be left of Twitch at this rate, I ask? Maybe nothing.
Goodbye, Twitch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
I couldn't think of a great title for this video, so it ended up sounding a little more intense than I planned for it to be, but make no mistake, it's still going to be a high-octane video that's going to blow your hair back.
Wow.
I am saying goodbye to Twitch, but not fully in the way that you think. It's not like a funeral service for the moist...
I have absolutely no fear. I am absolutely blessed in hair.
...critical Twitch channel. That would be the saddest way of going out ever, because the last broadcast on there is from last night, and it is some of the most despicably trash Warlock gameplay Dark and Darker has ever seen. Having that cursed footage be the last thing broadcast on my Twitch channel before retiring it would be more embarrassing than if my dick pics leaked.
So, it would be worse than dropping the third bomb on Japan.
So, pop a squat by the fireplace and let me explain. My Twitch contract...
I remember one time, like, I've had that happen where, like, I didn't want to take a break from streaming because the last VOD was so bad, and I didn't want people to remember, like, how bad it was.
I thought he was gonna talk about dick pics, honestly. Hey, my dick pics are there on the internet, and they're pretty good, by the way. But no one knows it's me, because... How do you mess this up? When you make a dick pic, just don't get your face in there, and don't, like, you know, make recognizable things of what people see. It's so simple. It's so simple. Yet everyone screws it up. It's like, hey, this is my face, and then now look at that. Beginners.
My Twitch contract has been terminated.
Damn.
Ooh.
Amicably.
Why?
Between myself and Twitch. And a huge thanks to Twitch for being so willing to do that, because I did still have a lot of time remaining on my Twitch contract, but
I know why they did that. At this moment when people are getting scooped up left and right, if they actually, like, say, no, you're staying for the next 2 years, that makes Twitch look weak. So, maybe they didn't want to let him just, you know, end his contract. But, you know, if he asks and makes a big deal out of it, well, people are going to perceive that as super weakness. And rightfully so, by the way.
I wanted to be able to have flexibility to stream elsewhere, and Twitch fully understood and gave me that firm pat on the ass and said, you go get 'em, champ.
Okay.
So, I am no longer exclusive with Twitch.
Good for you.
Now, this isn't me announcing that I've signed somewhere else with, like,
so you're going to Kick, and, like, you're going to have, like, 4 different hats, and you're like, what's in the hat? And then there's $100 million in one of the hats, so you're like, I'm going to wear this hat.
Yeah.
Contract. This isn't like a LeBron James The Decision moment where I'm coming up here and saying, I'm taking my talent, well, for me, I'm taking my lack of talent to Mixer. It's nothing like that. This is just simply me saying Twitch
at the end of the day, turns out Mixer was the best choice. Everyone who went there was happy because they got paid and they didn't even have to stream there.
was nice enough to turn our contract into toilet paper, which is what I wanted, because I really like the idea of not being forced into one place. I'd like to be able to spread my fucking butterfly wings and be able to try different things on different platforms.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So it means a lot that Twitch was willing to, you know, terminate that contract, because under that contract, I couldn't. But now the dog's off the leash. I could rip my shirt off, twirl it over my head like a helicopter blade, and start streaming on Facebook if I wanted to.
Good
choice. Actually, if you're doing that, you probably should stream on Twitch.
Crazy person. I'm not doing that. Never happening. But I could, is the point. Now, one thing that I've been pretty vocal about is I do think streaming contracts are a great thing, not only for streamers, but for the audience as well. Because I really do like the idea that you could just watch streams for free. You never need to turn on donations. You never need anyone to pay with subs or anything like that. There'd be no expectation or some feeling of obligation to pay for the streaming content you're watching, because you'd know the streamer is getting some kind of hourly rate or some kind of contract with the platform they're on. I just think that's fucking fair.
This is the opinion of the multimillionaires, yes, because they can easily forsake all the subs money, all the donation money, all money. All they need to do is, like, take maybe 2 sponsorships in a year, and they probably have made more than that money anyway. So, you know, This is only what the mega wealthy say, honestly. It is what it is.
Fantastic, and should be...
By the way, not saying that's bad, but this opinion is pretty much exclusively shared only by the people who are either millionaires or close to being millionaires.
The future, because me streaming a game shouldn't be something that's paywalled or inundated with ads out the wazoo. It should be something you could just flip on.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, I think the amount of ads and shit like that you have to sit through on Twitch especially, it's just, it's like, have you guys ever had a situation where, like, a stream is effectively ruined by how overly monetized it is?
Yep,
like
probably,
there's like
but
too
I
many
haven't.
sub notifications, there's too many ads, stuff like that. Yeah,
completely free to watch and have nothing else to do but kick back and have fun. Streamers not having to rely on donations, I think, is just a great win-win across the board, because unfortunately there are times where someone gives more money than they should to someone that is financially far better off than they are, and it's...
I mean, he might as well just call out every female streamer on Twitch. Damn. Amaran, Pokemon, what else? I don't know. Literally pick one at this point. You're gonna probably be on the money. A female streamer with 200 simps can literally live top 5% of a country. Easy. In America also. Easy. It's ridiculous how good simp money is. If I was a woman, I would be slaying it. My feet pics would be everywhere. My AI-generated feed pics would be everywhere. My OnlyFans would be everywhere. My 5 kids would each have their own Lambo to commit self-deletion in. I would be rich just because I would know how to use my body. Can't use this, though, too much, sadly. Sad.
It's just an unfortunate circumstance of the streaming landscape that I think could be improved if contract...
Oh, and by the way, obviously, none of those kids would have ever met their fathers. Just so you understand the situation fully.
...for more normalized in the streaming space.
I don't necessarily think that would happen, because there's a lot of people that have donations and they have a streaming contract. It's not like if you have a streaming contract, you have to turn off donations.
Yeah.
There's the other issue is that if people with like mental illness are trying to give you money, they'll probably find a way to do it. And it's just like, that's just how it is. Like, obviously you can like make it harder to do that or something like that. Yeah, definitely. But at the end of the day, people are going to do that if they can.
Yep.
And this is going to sound a little weird because I just terminated my Twitch contract, yet I'm talking about how good contracts can be for streaming. So this is where I'm just going to be totally open and honest. All the money I make from streaming goes into our esports organization, Moist Esports. Okay. And if you know anything about esports, you'd know it's an absolute bonfire for money. It is.
Yeah, esports is a good way to turn $10 into $1. And if you have $100, it'll turn it into $5. It's like this weird thing. It's like like, you know how people talk about like an infinite money glitch? Well, it's kind of like the opposite of that.
Is actually
most, yes, but the successful teams do actually make some money. They don't make a huge amount of money because every sponsor currently has understood, wait a minute, sponsoring an esports team with our logo literally does nothing for us. Wait a minute, sponsoring this tournament and having our logo at the corner somewhere right here and no one is looking there doesn't exactly give us any type of revenue back. What's the point? So, a lot of money left esports, and now it's most likely going to be in the stabilization phase, where, you know, the actual amount of money that should be put in esports is slowly going to actually be put in again. It's because the hype days are over, you know, the fat days are gone. So, now the actual amount of money is going to be put in, which is probably like 3 times less than what it was previously, but hey. Top esports teams are still making money. I think Moist Critical's teams also make money. I'm not sure, but I know a lot of them do.
Just flushing money down a toilet forever without ever seeing any return. It's why so many of these orgs go completely defunct. It is just bleeding money until there is nothing left to bleed, and then it's tears.
Good times.
That's just the landscape of esports. But we're in esports because we're passionate about it. I fucking love the esports scene. I really do.
Well, it's also because Charlie and And Ludwig.
Was it the last TI where the team that once said, yes, I won $1 million, or however this play is. I don't have to longer play this game. That happened in Dota at one point. I don't remember if it was the last TI or not, but that was hilarious. So what are you going to do now that you win? Not play Dota because I'm rich.
Like their teams, like they can monetize their teams in a way that other companies can't. Like they can make content off of watching the players from their teams play games. So they can double dip in a way that a traditional esports organization is not able to do so. And I think that's what makes them, like, that's what makes it viable.
They can triple dip, by the way. They can do content on their team, make money that way, then that team loses money. It's a tax write-off. It's great.
What makes it relevant, because they have, like...
Again, money finds money. That is the truth of life. If you are poor and you think, oh, people have to work for money, now when you have a lot of money, money finds ways to find ways in your pockets. Admittedly, you still have to work for it, way more than you probably expect, but hey, money finds money real fast.
That extra element that's going for them.
So all the money I've made over the last 2 years from streaming has all gone into Moist Esports, and that will continue to be the case going forward.
There you go.
And with the Twitch contract, if you ask anyone who's currently under Twitch contracts, you'll know, they'll tell you, it is the lowest possible offer across any of the other streaming platforms that have ever offered contracts.
True.
It's about a tenth of what the rest of the industry was.
A tenth.
That sounds a little bit...
Yeah, even that is generous, gentlemen.
Offering streamers. Now, I'm pretty sure Twitch put the...
That sounds strange. That I wouldn't believe it, honestly, but then again, I don't know these numbers. But there is a slight tidbit of credibility in that, because Twitch still is the biggest. Yeah, remember when all of these stupid streamers with absolutely no education, some of these smart streamers don't even have 12 grades of education, were talking about, oh, look at Kick. Oh, Amazon is just gonna decide to sell Twitch. That was the stupidest fucking autistic moron retard thing I have ever heard in my life, okay? Anyone who understands anything about business is just like, oh, did someone hit their head saying? And everyone was screaming it. That's not true. Twitch could actually offer lower rates, because the reality of Twitch is, if Asmongold just disappears the next day, if every single one of the top 1,000, or no, make it even 10,000 Twitch streamers disappears today, guess what? In 3 hours, there's going to be new Asmongolds, new Moist Criticals, new everyone. Because Twitch has the audience numbers, okay? People are going to create new celebrities overnight. It's the same thing that happened in TikTok. Everyone was high and mighty and saying, oh, I'm not going to go to TikTok. What are they going to do without us big celebrity creators? Nothing. They're going to absolutely just combust. And guess what? TikTok made its own celebrities. And that's why Twitch could actually have the absolutely worst contract ever, because they still understand fully well that they are in this position, that they are a market leader.
The kibosh on
a market maker, if you will.
Offering contracts in general, but when they were, it was a pretty large ask from the streamer in terms of hours broadcast per month.
Oh, no, this shit was awful. Basically, streamers you had to stream like 40 hours a week every single week. Every single time. And so you'd have people that were complaining about that. Now, my opinion on this is that don't sign a contract if you don't want to follow the contract. But at the same time, you know, so a job, well, yeah, but like streaming isn't all that people do, right? You have like 40 hours a week at streaming. You're dealing with YouTube content. You're dealing with things in the back end. So like really, like
most people don't do that, and if they do, they have hired people who do it for them. I mean, Asmongold has hired people who do that for him. He doesn't probably even check those things. I would be honestly surprised even if he gets like anything but a bank statement report. You know, the default one when money just falls into you. He probably gets that every month, and that's pretty much it. So, less BS, my dude.
40 hours on stream is more like 70 hours total.
You know when you will be able to say, yeah, Asmongold actually does something in his companies? When he starts complaining that he has to work 16 hours a day. That's when you know he's actually performing legit CEO duties. When he's going to start complaining that he has to work 16 hours a day plus stream 9 hours a day. That's right.
Well as ad density. There was always an ad expectation. Of course,
Yeah,
there was
there is.
wiggle room in terms of how many ads you'd play per hour, but there was always that expectation, which, as I've said many times, I think is not conducive to a good viewer experience because of how poorly ads are implemented on the platform. I think the ads are way too intrusive, and there's a lot
And
of...
they are improving this. To be fair, Twitch is improving this and making it better. Yeah, it's like running a business. Yes, it is. It is. It is like running a business that you're working completely for 40 hours. Well, no, I mean, like, I just, like, this is the reality, right? Is that,
Oh boy.
like, if you do, like, let's say you do a 6-hour stream, that's really a 7-hour stream. And, like, jobs are like this, too, because, like, you have to get everything ready. You, like, have to review what happened afterwards. Like, obviously, you can compare this probably to, like, transit time, like, to and from a job, assuming you're not working from home.
Reasonable.
And then also, like, again, if you're good at what you're doing, you are also making YouTube content. You are also making, you know, keeping up with trends. You are also doing things off stream. You're collaborating.
That sounds very nice and all, but in reality, these people just hired other people. Asmongold probably hasn't uploaded a YouTube video in, I don't know, a decade, most likely.
With other people. Like, there are a lot of other activities that streamers do in order to stay relevant that are not necessarily streaming.
Also, that's a complete lie in general, I will tell you. Most people just outsource everything. Small streamers who actually struggle with money, and this also goes for YouTubers, which I know more about. I know small YouTubers who are living on minimum wage pretty much, just because they are too fucking lazy to actually, like, edit their own videos. And their videos don't require a lot of editing, okay? Like, an hour, okay? They make a video, takes, like, 4 hours or whatever it takes, and then they don't edit it, because they don't know how or they're too lazy. And they buy an editor, and they're living on minimum income. It's absolutely just horrendously stupid.
Room for improvement.
And this is what everyone does, you know? There's very few people who actually, like, edit their own stuff. They just hire someone else to do it, who does it in like 5 minutes and gets paid egregiously high high salaries per hour worked, honestly. But you know, that's what happens when you don't understand how stuff works.
There. So the contract was very strict, and the payment from the contract was not enough to even cover a single one of the Moist Esports teams.
Jesus.
So we all just kind of felt like this contract isn't really doing anything except making the streams worse because of having to pump ads into them.
Okay.
And it just didn't make sense anymore. And we wanted to try new content, but we couldn't really get excited about Twitch as a platform because not only that, the platform's kind of been making some horrible decisions over the last couple of years. I do think they're starting to get a little bit better. Like, I think they're starting to...
Yeah, they've improved the ad experience a little bit, and that's nice.
Get it a bit more, but not much. Like, I'm hoping they'll correct course here and steer the ship a bit better, but it's just been hard to get passionate about Twitch, and I'm sure a lot of other streamers have felt the same way. I've seen quite a few of them say...
I don't know. I think that if Twitch gave me a really big contract, I'd be passionate about Twitch. Yeah. I think I would be.
No.
But as it stands right now, I'm really not passionate at all, guys. Yeah. What the hell?
Similar things. But again, the primary motivation has just been that flexibility, not being locked down by the Twitch contract, which had the very strict exclusivity clause where you couldn't stream anywhere else, and I don't think there would have ever been an exception where they'd let us stream elsewhere. And it's something I've wanted to do. Do different type of content in different places. Most notably, like YouTube streaming, I think would be a very fun place to try some of our newer, bigger projects on, as opposed to...
The reason why it's better to do it on YouTube... Actually, he'll probably say this. It's the video quality.
Being forced to do them on Twitch. Which is nice because I've been wanting to try different things on YouTube streaming in particular.
Okay,
I know that's not the most shocking platform switch.
Oh, he might not be bringing that up. So here, let me give you guys a great example of.
I don't think the quality matters as much. It's like most people have streams open, they have videos open just as something to listen to while they're doing other things. You know, not a lot of people honestly watch any longer. I mean, it's slowly coming back, but not a lot of people just watch videos. Usually it's just background noise.
How great Twitch is. Okay, so we're gonna take a look. This is really, really cool. So let's take a look over here at Final Fantasy, and so if you look closely, you can almost tell what's happening on the screen. And like, we'll go ahead and we'll go down to 25%. So yeah, you can almost see what's happening here, and you know, I think that I'm casting the Bahamut beam. Yeah, I am. You can tell that I'm casting the Bahamut beam. And so then I'm going to use it, of course, on Ultima here. And, okay, here we go. And so let's go ahead and just move ahead a little bit more.
Okay,
we'll wait for him to get to the fire phase.
Lost,
I'm sure that
that's
one's going to be really good. Okay. Where is it? Come on, where's the fire phase? You know that's the good one.
Is it all just
I
gonna
died
be
here. This is pretty embarrassing. I was playing like shit that day. Sorry, guys. This is taking me a minute. Okay.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep, typical fire phase in, you know, a dark room. Yeah, seems about right.
Nobody really knows. What level am I? Nobody knows.
I mean, it's true, the quality is bad, but have you seen YouTube's qualities? Like, look at this. Oh, you can't. Oh, no, you can't see it. This is HD. The video still looks like shit, honestly. So, I don't think it's gonna make a big difference in streaming. Also, YouTube has actually been downscaling their quality, because currently, you know, the YouTube quality is like 720p. Looks like it's 360. 180 looks like 720 did 10 years ago. They're doing some kind of funky, wonky stuff, I'm assuming, honestly.
Isn't this good?
I mean, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, this is the bitrate for Twitch. And so as you can see here, if you look very closely, there is just a parry that was used. Now, you can't tell what's happening. Like, was it 12 or 12K or 50 double?
Okay, stop. No one cares about your techno mumbo jumbo stuff. That stuff is for nerds.
Like, it's actually twice as good.
Ever, considering I actively post videos on this platform already, but I really feel like the streaming side of here is just a totally different beast. And if we have any octogenarians in the audience right now, many of you might remember that I actually did used to stream on YouTube back in 2017. I streamed on here for about a year.
Wow.
And then in 2018, I made the switch back to Twitch, and I've been exclusive on there since 2018. That platform's always been my home for streaming, and it brings a tear to my eye thinking back on it. Not many people know this. This is deep cut Charles lore here. But I used to stream on Twitch way before it was Twitch. Back in 2010, I was an active streamer on JustinTV, which would eventually become Twitch. And boy howdy, let me tell you, with my hand on a stack of Bibles, the streams I did on JustinTV should never be unearthed. They were rancid looking. They are...
Yeah, mine were really bad too that I did back then. I think everybody's streams back in the day were really bad.
Yeah, makes sense.
Unwatchably hard to digest what is even happening on screen. The shit I was broadcasting looked like a Sasquatch photo. It was extremely blurry. It looked like you were trying to remember a dream. It was the lowest possible bitrate, the lowest possible FPS. The audio was incomprehensible. It sounded like 3 walkie-talkies under...
nothing's changed.
The audio is actually the important part, if anyone's wondering. If you have bad audio, it doesn't matter how lifelike your graphics are looking. The audio is the most important thing.
Okay.
Water while torpedoes were blowing up around them. It was terrible. It looked like something out of The Ring. I bet everyone that accidentally tuned into one of my JustinTV streams thought they were going to die in 7 days. and I used to stream fucking horrific.
I wouldn't be surprised if some people that watch me play Vampire Survivors got sick watching it at like 28 minutes in.
Wow. Oh,
World at
because
War
there's a lot of
Zombies
stuff, I
gameplay.
get it.
Let me show you one of the surviving archives of a clip from it.
Shit, I'm the last one. Critical. We can do. Oh shit. Shit. 2 seconds. No. Ah! Ah! Split the defense.
There's a 12
Split
there.
the
That's for how
defense.
many frames there are.
Hustle play.
Hmm.
Hold on, I gotta talk on the mic to just hear this.
Oh my god.
It's
Who's
insane if people actually did this.
spraying fire on
And
me?
people
Oh, Jesus.
watched it.
I just took on the world zombies population, and that one almost took me out.
That, my friends, is the old glory days of streaming, the
Yep.
golden era. That's what it used to look like back in ancient times. I'm actually at the point where I feel like the grandpa from Rugrats, Lou Pickles, where he'd tell a story like, we had to hike 15 miles up a hill in the snow just in order to get a single
Yeah, kids nowadays don't know about capture cards.
fucking thing of smelling salts.
I also don't, by the way, but that's not because I'm not old.
Like, that's how I feel. That's how we used to
That's because I wasn't bullied in school.
broadcast our streams on JustinTV. Well, I guess not everyone. Angry Video Game Nerd back then used to have a 24/7 JustinTV stream going on, and it was pretty good quality. But a lot of us were streaming
Yeah,
like
mine
that.
wasn't.
So, I'm getting a bit off track.
Oh boy.
Just going down memory lane with Twitch. I have been on there for a very long time. I
Oh,
did take
boy.
a break in 2011, but I've always...
My mosquito net is slightly off. So small, those stupid little small things that, you know, exist in the summertime are slowly getting in because there's light here. This is a problem. But then again, it's 27 minutes in, so I can actually end the video and no one will care. Anyway, there's probably nothing important being said here because we all know the video is clickbait. Give or take. I'm gonna make it more clickbaity. Anyway, they probably said nothing of value.
The player, I think, is great. I think
Yep.
I'd love to be able to have different content live in different places.
Yep.
Okay. This is pretty good.
Yeah, they say nothing of value. This was Squizzer said, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, have a nice day. I need to get that hole filled, otherwise it's gonna be annoying. Because when those small things, they get on you, they get on you and they're like, beep, beep, beep. They don't bite or anything, they're just super annoying because you can feel them on your, you know, arm hair. It's a mess. Anyway, this is Squizzer said, thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, have a nice day. Bye-bye.